What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Valeria White, checking back in with another video. I go by V for short, and in this video, I will be demonstrating how to perform a construction quantity takeoff using on-screen takeoff. All right, let's get into it. Okay, now in this lab, we're going to be performing 4 different types of takeoffs: doors, walls, paint, and flooring. Okay, now before we get into it, I want to quickly demonstrate how to go about getting a free 14-day trial from On-Screen, just in case you don't already have it downloaded. Okay, so if you make your way to the screen, just go to Google, right, and just type in On-Screen Takeoff. All right, once you type that in, scroll down. It's going to be at www.oncenter.com. Click on On-Screen Takeoff as shown here. And then all you have to do is just click on this free 14-day trial of On-Screen Takeoff. Go through that entire download process. And then once you've completed that, you are now ready to go ahead and begin this demonstration of how to do takeoffs. All right, I see you there. Okay, cool. So now that you've downloaded On-Screen Takeoff, let's go ahead and open it up. All right. So I have mine right here. Let's go ahead and click on it here. All right. Now, once it loads all the way up, the first thing I want you to take a look at are these tabs right here. Don't worry about anything right here for now. So you got on center, bids, image, takeoff, worksheet, and project express. All right. And so right now we're on the My On Center tab. So as you can see, you can do like different tutorials down here. However, I'm giving you a tutorial live and direct. All right. So the tab you want to click on is bids. Click on that. Right. And right now I'm underneath this test training project that I've made, right? And we want to create a new bid in order to do our doors, walls, paint, and flooring takeoff, right? So I'm gonna do it under this project called test training. And then what you want to do, you want to go up here to file, you want to go to new, and then click bid. Alternatively, you can just click on this $ right here, the drop down, and just click bid, right? Now, once you click bid, they want to give, like On-Screen wants you to give them a little bit of information about the project. So name it whatever you want, but in this training, I'm gonna just name it test, right? And then let's see, you can put estimator, so you can type in your name if you want. Let's say I type in my name, Valerio, right? And let's jump off to the next box. Valerio was not found because it's a new entry. Let's click yes. So now we have it in there, okay? You can put more information, W, and knock all that out. Oh, you got to put employee number 1 or O1, right? Cool. Select. Cool. So now you have an estimator, right? But the main important things you want to do, make sure you have a job name. The estimator is optional. And the next thing is to upload your drawings to On-Screen, right? So you can click on this button right here. It's called Auto Add Images. And essentially what that does is whatever folder your drawings are, is going to upload that entire folder if you click on this button here, right? But let's say, for instance, you only wanted to add, 1 or 2 drawings or specific drawings within the folder. Then you don't want to click this button here. You actually want to go to the right and click this button that says Insert New Image Page, all right? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to click on that one. And let's say desktop, right? And then from desktop, let's go to On-Screen Takeoff. Then from On-Screen Takeoff, if I just wanted to upload this photo, I could just click on that one, but I'm gonna upload both of these, right? So I'm gonna just highlight both, click open, as shown here. And then lastly, all you gotta do is just click on OK, and that's it. Let it load, give it a second. And it should take us to the next tab, which is image, all right? Cool. All right, so perfect. So now that we've went ahead and created our bid underneath our project, we are transitioning to the image tab, all right? So this has a quick start condition helper. This automatically pops up. Let's go ahead and close this out. We will come back to this. However, I want to go ahead and give you like a quick and brief overview of this user interface that we're using and kind of go over some most important tools that you're going to be doing and using, right? So first thing first, right here, if we go ahead and click this drop down, this shows you the number of pages that you have, the name of the pages. You can drag it open, drag it close, as shown here. So that's important to note. Click this arrow here for next page and click this arrow here to go back, all right? So we're actually going to be going and staying on this page here, page 2. All right, next thing, we're currently using the select tool right now. Like if we had like a takeoff out here, we can select the takeoff. However, right now we don't have a takeoff. But you can hold down right click and kind of move around. You can use your wheel on your mouse, and I do advise you to use the mouse, your wheel on your mouse to kind of go up and down, right? So the next thing is going to be this takeoff tool. We don't have any takeoff now, but once we create some conditions over here on the left hand side further along the video, you'll see how this tool gets utilized, right? The next tool is the zoom, so I'm gonna click on that. Left click zooms in, right? You can also hold left click and do like an area, drag and drop, or drag pan out an area and then let go, and it's going to pan that area. If you use the wheel on your mouse, it's going to zoom out. And if you hold right click, actually click left click first and then hold right click, you can actually grab the screen and move it around like a hand, okay? A quick note, sometimes you have to left click first and then hold right click when you're on the magnifying glass. Sometimes it's a little glitchy, okay? This button right here, we click on that, it's going to take us to the full screen of the page, all right? Next, you got these magnifying, zoom in, zoom out. This is the same button that's over there, right? And then the last thing I want to show you is this cover sheet right here. Let's click on that. Now, this cover sheet is pretty much the exact same table that popped up when we created our bid, all right? So project name, who's the estimator, and the pages that we uploaded, okay? The exact same information. So if you by chance wanted to come in and change the project name, change the estimator, change the job status, put some notes in, or even remove, add some drawings, you could do it all from this screen, from the cover sheet, okay? You cannot do it from the bids tab, all right? Let's go ahead and click OK. We're not going to change anything here. And that pretty much concludes like a brief overlay of the layout on On-Screen Takeoff. All right, so now that we're done with the prerequisites of the video, let's go ahead and get into doing and performing some actual takeoffs, okay? Let's go ahead and start with our wall and paint. I'm gonna show you how we can do both at the same time, all right? So let's go ahead and let's look at the drawing first. I'm using the magnifying tool right here. I'm gonna zoom in, pan to the left, and let's actually look at the walls for the paint. So they have PT1, that is gonna be the Sherwin-Williams paint. Let's actually go up here. And it's the corresponding PT1, so the walls in this room is going to be that paint, all right? And let's just assume, because we didn't see it down here in the finished schedule, we don't know what type of wall it is. It doesn't show down here. Let's just assume it is a 1/4-inch drywall that is as maybe like 10 feet tall, right? So let's assume it's a 1/4-inch drywall on the wall that's 10 feet tall. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the left hand side where this panel is and where my cursor is. Make sure you're on the conditions tab, right? The zones, the comment, the bid view, you're not gonna be using that much. Just click conditions tab, you're gonna primarily be here. Once you're there, go ahead and click on this new condition. All right, so again, when we first made it to the image tab, this popped up, so it's right here again. Linear condition is gonna be like for things like walls, which we're about to do now. Area condition is going to be for things like ceiling, slabs, floors, and then count condition is going to be for things like doors, windows, fixtures, etc., right? So let's go ahead and click create linear condition, right? For the style, we're going to keep it as is. For the name, best practice that I found is to go ahead and put the type of spec that this particular item is going to be. So the spec for this, as stated, is going to be a 1/4 inch drywall, okay? Next, for the type, you want to, what category does this drywall fall under? It falls under the walls category, right? That's the overarching category. It's going to click out of that. It's going to ask if you like to add walls. For type, click yes. Here are the types that we have. We currently only have one, which is walls. Click select, and that's it. A good best practice also is whatever type that you're categorizing this particular spec under, always put the layer as the same thing as the type. That has worked tremendously for me, and I'm gonna show you why later on. All right, this is a new layer that we're creating, so it's gonna ask the same thing. Hit select, and that is it, okay? For the height, this is actually talking about the height of the wall. Let's go ahead and make it 10 feet, and on-screen takeoff is a little weird. You have to insert measurements in inches. However, if you want to directly insert it in feet, as we want to do here, instead of doing 10, you have to put in 1,000. All right, so you got to put in 2 extra digits, right? Let's click out of it, and that's 10 feet, right? So if you want 5 feet, you got 5, then put 2 extras, right? That'd be 5 feet, all right? Right, because if I just put 5 right here, it's 5 inches, because it goes in inches, right? So we want to do feet, so again, go back to 10, so that's 1,000. All right, the thickness right here, that's actually the thickness of the line, so we're not going to change that. We're not doing anything with the slope. We're going to keep that as is. Color, keep it as is. Pattern, keep it as is, but you can change it if you will. And this is going to change like the takeoff line, as you'll see right after we apply and get done with this box, right? Next thing is going to be results, right? So quantity 1 is going to be the length, the unit of measure, UOM. It's going to be linear feet. Makes sense. This is a linear condition. However, we also want to click quantity 2 and put surface area single side, and we can also do surface area both sides. And what this allows us to do for our paint category, instead of actually taking off the surface area using a different drawing, for paint, we can literally just use the length that we're going to take off these walls, as well as the height that we gave it. And On-Screen Takeoff is going to use those 2 values to automatically calculate the single side square footage, so one face, or the double side, so the front and the back of the drywall, right? And we can just use these square footage measurements that's automatically calculated for our paint quantity. All right, so let's go ahead and click apply. Okay, and we click OK. And that, my friend, is the first condition that we made. So I'm gonna click on this zoom right here. I'm gonna zoom out. Let's go ahead and go over to one of these rooms, PT1, right? 1/4 drywall. I'm gonna click on that, click OK. And now we're using the takeoff tool. So I'm gonna start right here. And again, you can get a little closer. I'm gonna go back to the zoom magnifying, go in a little bit, right? So click back on this takeoff, right? So I'm gonna go down. Actually, I'm gonna hold it, go down, and then stop right here, right? Now, I can do that wall by wall, but I like to go ahead and do it continuously. So this is highlighted, this is checked. So let's go ahead and click this button right here called continuous mode. And instead of clicking the left click and holding it, all you have to do is click it, and then let it go, and then go over. Click it, let it go, and then go over. And then whenever you're done, you wanna double click it. All right, and that's it. We've just performed a wall takeoff, as well as received the values for the square footage surface area of that wall on the front and back side. So right here, quantity 1, that's the linear feet, right? Quantity 2, that's going to be the square footage for one side of the wall. And then quantity 3 is going to be the square footage for both sides. So this side of the wall on the inside of the wall, on the inside of the room, and the back side of the wall, which is on the inside of this other room, okay? So that is how you do a wall takeoff and a paint takeoff all at once. All right, perfect. So now I'm going to kind of run through the other conditions rather quickly. So I'm going to make the condition for the floor, as well as making the condition for the door. So let me do the conditions first, and then I'll show you how to actually take them off, right? So let's go back to this plus sign. Right? And it looks like, hold on, it did not ask us. It's supposed to ask us. Here we go. For whatever reason, it didn't ask us what type of condition. All right, I knew something was wrong. So let's go ahead and let's make our floors. So that's going to be an area condition. And let's exit this out. Let's actually, let me cancel that. The reason being is I want to go to the finishes right here. Let me see actually what room this is. This is CPT1. That looks like maybe like a carpet. Yep, carpet tile, CPT1. So I'm gonna put in CPT1. So let me go back to this plus sign, area condition. For the name, again, like I said, it's gonna be the spec. So we're gonna do CPT-1. Okay, right? Type, this is gonna be flooring. All right, for the type, that's gonna be new. So let's add it. Hit select. All right, for the layer, again, make the layer the same thing as the type. So flooring. All right, it's gonna be new. Let's go ahead and add it. Select. Let's go ahead and change this color because the drywall is blue. Let's go ahead and change this to maybe like an orange, right? Hit OK. Perfect. All right, the thickness, again, that's just gonna be the thickness of the takeoff. I'm not gonna change that. The area, In this case, we only need one. We don't need anything else, but you can kind of see the area of possibilities that you can do, right? But we're just going to keep quantity 1, and let's just click OK. Click OK. All right. So that's going to be for our flooring. And while we're here, let's go ahead and create the condition for our doors. So click the plus sign. Again, for doors, we're going to do count, right? So for walls, we did linear. For floors, we did area. And for doors, we're going to do count. So I'm giving you a flavor of all 3 type of conditions, right? Now for the doors and the finish schedule, I don't remember seeing anything about doors. So I'm going to just make this up. Let's just call this maybe like a 6-panel door, right? And then right here for the types, let's put doors. That's going to be new. So same process. Layer, doors. It's going to be new. Same process. Select the height of the door. Doesn't really matter. You can leave that blank. So that's what I'm going to do. Color, because we already have a blue, I'm just going to change this to maybe like a red. Click OK. All right. Leave everything else the same. Actually, we can actually change this. And we could do like right door or left door if you want to get kind of fancy, right? But I'm going to just leave it as a square for now, right? Let's just leave it as a square because it really doesn't matter. The biggest thing is just getting the proper quantity takeoff. It doesn't necessarily matter how cute and how pretty it looks, depending upon who you're showing this to. Depending upon your manager or the client or the owner or the subcontractor, whoever you're showing this to, it may matter to them, but the whole purpose of this is really just getting a takeoff of the quantity. And regardless if you have it looking pretty or not so pretty, as far as how the takeoff look, it doesn't really matter, right? So let's go ahead and click OK. Now let's go ahead and back up, back out, back out. And let's go over here. And what we're going to do, I'm going to perform a door takeoff and some flooring takeoff. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the door. So I'm going to click on that. That's selected. And I'm going to click. Let's assume this door right here is going to be a 6-panel. So that's a door opening. So this is a door, 6-panel. Boom. This is a door, 6-panel. Boom. And all I'm doing, I'm just taking them off. Taking off all the doors that look like that. As simple as that. As simple as that, right? So that's how you perform the door takeoff, right? Now, let's say I want to do flooring. Let's click on that. This pops up. You can say do not show again. I'm going to click OK for now. And let's say we want to do this room. So I'm going to start in the corner. Again, let's zoom in a little bit so I can be a little bit more precise. Right? So I'm going to click on this again. And let's click it, hold it, and drag it. Click it, hold it, drag it. And then stop it on the other corner. Boom. Right? So now let's look at what we just did. Right? We just took off 13 doors, shown here. This one room is 133 square feet for the flooring for this particular type, CPT, right? As shown in the finished schedule at the bottom left hand of this drawing. And we also did the walls plus the paint because we have the surface area on single side and both sides if we're going to paint this wall the same color on both sides. We have all the surface area, okay? So that, my friends, is how you do a wall takeoff, a paint takeoff, a floor takeoff, and a door takeoff, all with on-screen takeoff. Now, before we actually leave this image tab, as promised, I want to go ahead and let you know why we made the type, doors, flooring, and walls the same thing as the layers, okay? So let me introduce layers. Let me go ahead and zoom out. Let me click this button, right? And so what layers allow you to do is scroll down. Like if we unselect walls, it takes off the walls, the blue. Let me go in a little bit so you can see what just happened. Go in, pan, boom. Pan, boom. All right. So let's put back the walls, the blue lines are going to show back up. Boom, right? Let's take off the flooring. So that's gone, right? Let's take off the doors. That's gone, right? So as you can see, layering is going to be very, very useful when you only want to focus on maybe one type of takeoff, or when you have so much going on. You can imagine if we've taken off this entire sheet, it's going to be so many colors, so different many takeoffs and conditions on here that you just want to take off all the flooring and just look at walls and doors, right? So it can help simplify the sheet. I'm gonna click this back on as well. The image, the default, the comments, and the annotation, that's all defaulted on here. So if I uncheck image, the image is gonna go bye-bye. We don't have anything right here for the default, nothing for the comments, right? So just wanted to kind of show you the reasoning for the layer and how useful it can be, especially when you're trying to explain this takeoff to someone and you just want to focus on one thing at a time and eliminate, your eyes, accidentally looking at something that you don't want, the viewer to focus on, right? So just want to show y'all that real quick. All right, okay, cool. So pretty much we're done with this image, with what it is called image. We're done with this tab called image, right? So we've taken off some of the doors, the flooring, and the walls, as well as the paint via, the auto calculation here. Let's go ahead and click on the next tab called takeoff, right? So now it kind of summarizes what has been taken off in the entire project, right? So we've only taken off something on sheet 1, but if you had like 10, 20 sheets, it'll add up all these conditions for each sheet all in one, right? So just kind of shows you a high level summary of what you have. Let's go ahead and click on worksheets. This is where you can actually add in like the numbers right here. If you wanted to add in numbers for the total, for the labor and stuff, you just click on it and, kind of add some numbers in. And it's going to multiply this unit price based off of the first quantity, okay? So it's going to be 6 times 13, that'll give you 78, right? So let's go down here where it says a quarter inch drywall, and let's put 6 for the labor, right? Again, this is going to be 6 times 38 will give you this 230, not 6 times 383 or 767. It always goes off of the first quantity, okay? So I just kind of want to show you all that. And that pretty much concludes and sums up, like, from a very basic tutorial of on-screen takeoff. There's so much more that I can show you, and if you want me to show you so much more of the capability of this software, please let me know. I can make more videos, but I gave a lot of this video, and I just kind of wanted to show you the capabilities of doing a simple takeoff for doors, walls, paint, and flooring. That concludes it, everybody. That is how you perform a construction quantity takeoff using on-screen takeoff for doors, paint, walls, and flooring, okay? If you all have any questions, leave them down below. If you all want me to make more videos going through this software of different capabilities, the best practices that I found using this on a day-to-day basis, then please let me know. I'll make more videos, okay? If you like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Like I said, leave a comment down below. And as always, peace and God bless.